How's it, grade nines? Today we're going on to negative exponents. So I just need you to get down these two definitions for me, please. Okay, so the first one is saying if you have anything to a negative exponent, it wants to be in the opposite place. So you can see here that it's up at the top because basically that's over an invisible 1, right? So if this is a negative, it wants to go to the bottom, okay? And it becomes 1 over a to the m. You have made the negative positive. Now, likewise for this one here, you've got 1 over a to the minus m. Because this is at the bottom and it's negative, it wants to be at the top and becomes positive. So just remember that the negative wants to be in the opposite place, whether if it's up at the top or at the bottom, okay? This is quite important. You guys are going to get plenty questions on these type of things in tests and exams, okay? So let's have a look at the first example, which I'm going to work through with you. I just want to copy it down. So this is example 2A, and we've got 2x squared y minus 1. Okay, so if we have a look at this example here, just like what we've been doing previously, I just want to fill in those invisible exponents. Okay, so 2 has an invisible exponent of 1, okay? That has an exponent. This one doesn't, so I'm just going to fill it in. That one does, that one doesn't. Okay, so now we're ready to get on with the question. Now, remember from previous lesson, if you have something to the power of something raised to another power, we multiply those exponents. So this would become 2 to the power of 1 multiplied by minus 1. The next one, something to the power of something raised to another power, we multiply the exponent. So this is 2 times minus 1. Okay. Again, something to the power of something raised to another power, we multiply the exponents. Okay. Multiplied by, this just stays the same. There's nothing we are doing with that. I just want to simplify these three exponents here. So 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. X to the power of 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Y to the power of 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. Multiplied by x to the 4y squared. Okay. Now, before I deal with the negative exponents, what I want to do is I want to apply my law 1, where if bases are the same and we're multiplying, we add those exponents. So we don't have any other base 2, so that stays 2 to the minus 1, x. Here we have an x, there we have an x, so, and we're multiplying, so we need to add those two exponents. So this is minus 2 plus 4 from that one over there. Over here we've got y to the minus 1 multiplied by this one, so we add that exponent. Okay, simplify those exponents. So minus 2 plus 4 is 2, y minus 1 plus 2 is 1. Now, I'm going to look at my exponents, and the ones that are negative are going to go into the opposite place. Okay, so if we have a look here, this entire 2 has a negative. Okay, so that we have to deal with just now. This one stays where it is. This one stays where it is. Why? Because it has positive exponents. So remember that this is all over an imaginary 1. Now, this 2 to the minus 1 is not happy there because it has the negative exponent. So I'm going to take it to the opposite place, which is at the bottom. Okay, so everything that has a positive exponent stays where it is. X squared y1. They're the only ones with the positive exponents. Everything that has a negative goes to the bottom, and this becomes 2 to the 1. As soon as I take it to the bottom, that exponent becomes a positive. Okay, and that's how we do with that one. Let's have a look at the second example. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to apply law 1, where bases are the same and we're multiplying, we add the exponents. Also, I'm just going to do numbers with numbers. And what I mean by that is the minus 4 multiplied by 3. We know that minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Okay, now let's have a look at the p. We have a p there and a p there, and we're multiplying, so we need to add those two exponents. So this is going to be p. Now, grade 9s, watch how I do this. It's going to be 3 plus minus 5. Go on to the next variable. We've got k minus 2 plus 6. Okay, let's just simplify these exponents. So that's minus 12p. Now 3 plus minus 5, the plus minus will give us a minus, so it's 3 minus 5, which is minus 2. K minus 2 plus 6 is 4. Okay, now please do not get confused with this minus 12. Don't think that its exponent is negative. Its exponent is not negative. It has an invisible 1 there, and its exponent is positive. It's just a negative number. Okay, so remember that this whole thing is over 1. Now we're going to move things with negative exponents to the bottom. Everything with a positive exponent stays up at the top. So the minus 12 has a positive exponent. All right, so the minus 12 stays there. This one must go to the bottom, so we'll deal with him just now. And then this one has a positive exponent, so he stays up at the top. Okay, now we're going to move this one to the bottom, and this becomes p squared. Everything has positive exponents, and that is our answer simplified. Okay, moving on to example C. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to be using law 2, okay, where if bases are the same and we're dividing, we subtract the exponents, all right? Also, what I can do is I can do numbers with numbers. So minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2, okay? Now over here, our bases are the same and we're dividing, so we subtract those exponents. So this would be x to the minus 2 minus 2. So it's the top one, which is that minus 2, minus the bottom one, which is that 2 over there. Okay. Also, this y has an invisible exponent there. So this becomes y 1 minus minus 1. Okay, be very careful with that, grade 9s. Right, let's simplify these exponents. So it's minus 2x. Minus 2 is minus 4. Y 1 minus minus 1. So the minus and the minus gives us a plus. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay. Now just remember that the 2's exponent is an invisible 1. Okay. So its exponent is positive. It's just a negative number. Okay. So everything with negative exponents goes to the bottom. So minus 2 stays up at the top. The y squared stays up at the top. And the x to the 4 goes down to the bottom. Okay, and there's our answer. Example D. Just want to copy it down quick. Okay, great, nice. Let's do this. Last one. Okay, so let's fill in things with missing exponents. Don't worry about the numbers just yet because we'll sort them out by dividing. So this one has an invisible 1 there, and I think that is it. Okay, so first things first. We know that 3 and 27 have a factor of 3 both. So what we can do is we can cancel the 3 with the 3, which leaves us with 1, and cancel the 27 with the 3, and we're left with 9. So this answer will come out to be 1 over 9. Okay, whatever it is. Now I'm going to collect like bases and subtract because we're dividing. So x and x. So this would become x to the minus 4 minus 2. Y to the 1 minus minus 3. Okay, let's simplify these exponents. So it's minus 1 over 9. X minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6. Y 1 minus minus 3. The minus and the minus gives us a plus. and then we have 4. Okay, now we're ready to move things either to the top or to the bottom, depending on if it's a positive or a negative exponent. So we've got this minus 1 over 9. Now, that is a negative, so it wants to go to the bottom. So it's going to go with the 9. This is a positive, so it stays up at the top with the 1. And that is our answer there. Okay, grade 9s. So, for homework, you're going to be doing exercise 5.2, numbers 1 and 3, then exercise 5.3, numbers 1 and 2 for me, please. Thank you.